Hi guys, today I'm going to introduce you to my new chess 2.0. You don't see the starting position because it is hard to set up one and I have no idea. I mean, like, there is one position. Let me set for you real quick. Um, let's start off. So like a normal starting position for a normal chess game, we have rook. Actually, it's not actual position because black is supposed to be over there and I'm using a black pieces. I lazy to use white because I saw black and pull out first and I am not in the mood of pulling out all the pieces and rearrange before the video, so like let's place and commentate through that. So this is where the rook start. We all know the rook is always at the corner and there's nothing changed with the rook nor the normal pieces. The only changes was the size of the board, the change of coordinate, and new pieces with different ability. So the rook is there. Then we have this new piece called Quicksilver. I practically wrote this thing in my book so that I don't forget about it. A Quicksilver is a king, like it's like a checker. Like in a normal game of checker, we have like, let's take white pieces, Quicksilver, for example, here. In a checker, like pretend there's a normal pieces, a checker would go like this and take the pieces. Checker, we take pieces by going over it to the next square. And similar to Quicksilver, it also does that to every other pieces except the king. For example, here's the king. If the Quicksilver also move like a king. I forgot to mention about that. So like for the Quicksilver, if it like just came next to the king, it will deliver a check. Technically you cannot get checked by Quicksilver because it is like this. It is like this, and like, for example, there's pieces here. Imagine these are king. The end of these things are king. King, like some other thing. The Quicksilver legal move is king. It's like a king, like I mentioned, and within this range, like here's the king here, the king over here, over here, over here, over here, and over here, and also over here is a check for the king, including the one next to Quicksilver. So like I mentioned, for the Quicksilver, in order to take a piece is by going over it. But since the king is not, you cannot take out the king without with only check and stuff. It's simply gonna check the king and make it move somewhere else, like somewhere here or other. Its range is this, 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 and this. I might overlap that, but don't worry. So that's the Quicksilver. The Quicksilver just act like a normal checker piece, and it can only move by one square. So let's continue to the next piece, the tank. The tank are situated here, next to the Quicksilver. The tank, let me see. Here's the tank is basically a rook and a knight together. You know how at knight, its legal move is an L shape. We can go there, 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 we can go there. That's the legal move of knight. And we also know a rook can go vertically and horizontally. We all know that. This is so hard to put. No, let me just get the glue. Put over the black. The rook black. So basically, the tank is basically like the rook and the knight together. It can go through the file, the rank, and also like a knight in an L shape in every direction. And that's basically it for the tank. The tank's basic, but it's very good for the late game, just like the rook does to a normal chess game. So moving on after the tank, and also disclaimer, this video is going to be like 5 hours. Well, not really, but it's going to be long. So the next one is artillery. Bruh. What I write? 1d1. There's no, oh no, there's okay, never mind. This is where the artillery stay. The artillery is like a rook. It's like a rook. Legal move is a rook, but it also have one special ability. Like if you know how modern warfare work, we have artillery that is used like similar in World War II howitzer. Basically, it stays at one place, and then it can make the the pieces go off the board. I mean, like practically not each other pieces, but like taking out the pieces out. It does not need to move out. It just have to take up your turn to take out this thing. Just that much. Legal moves is like this, and the only thing that it does is like that, like just bomb like an artillery does. That's it. It can actually also bomb over the enemy. It can bomb over the enemy on the enemy straight away, but it also can bomb over its own pieces. It's very complicated since I no idea. Let me put this back and then I'll show you the next pieces. This is a hard game. This is a hard chess version because I could imagine myself dying from the inside making this, which I did. I was planning to make this thing like a long ago, but I've only choose to do right now. Let me just put the artillery over there. Where's the artillery? Okay, never mind. So we got the artillery. Now, after the artillery, we got a knight. We all know what a knight do. I literally show you. It can go as an L shape. Let me get the other knight. Where's the other knight? God damn it. Oh, there, never mind. So these are knight. Knight can go L shape, like we all know. I mean, like for some people who doesn't play chess, you don't know. But here, the next one is a bishop. Bishop can go in every single diagonal, like this. A chess player would know because that's like the most basic thing. Now we go to the new piece, a prime minister. Prime Minister Black. That sounds so weird. According to what I write, it's 2 square and all horizontal, vertical, and diagonal. So basically, its legal move is this. And why did I draw? Why didn't I draw? And the square in next to the attacking square, which is a legal square, the prime minister can use the ability called diplomacy, which allow the prime minister to convert a piece into theirs only, and it only work once entire game. Like for example, like let's say I have a white artillery, like there, like right there. Now it's black turn. The black can turn this white artillery into black artillery. Basically, you transform into a black, from white to black or black to white, depending on what color you are. That sounds extremely racist. Like, it can turn the white into the black artillery. Now it's their pieces. The Prime Minister can only use this thing once in the game to avoid getting exploited, because the world is about getting exploited too many times. Now that's the Prime Minister, it literally just stay over there. Now continuing the other side, which I assume is, yeah, the Queen. We all know the Queen do. The Queen has the Rook and the Bishop legal square in one square. It's basically just a piece with all legal square in every direction possible. Now moving on, we have the King. We all know the King. We can only move like one square at a time. And then we have the President. I mean, you wouldn't have a Prime Minister and a President within the same country, but I just thought it would be funny to add one. So the President is not much. It's just like the Queen and the Knight combined. Meaning there's basically a Rook and a Bishop combined with a Knight. It will be worth a lot of points, but I haven't valued each pieces yet. It will take me forever, just like how I made this pieces. I'm about to be out of my breath talking, even though I'm not even past all. I only just passed the first line. The next piece is Bomber. My next piece is a Bomber. Oh, god damn it. It's a Rook, but when this piece take other piece, the enemy piece next to within a 1 square radius of where it killed will be also be taken. Like for example, that's the Bomber. We all know in real life it bombs so many people, especially the Middle East. Now a legal move is like a Rook. We all know what could a Rook do, so I'm not gonna talk about it too long. It could go vertically, horizontally, and it also, like for example, I'll take a pawn over here. Now if a Bomber take the pawn, not only the pawn is being taken off the board, but maybe there's a bishop next to the pawn, like for example like this. The Bomber can take the pawn and the bishop next to that square is also be taken. But it can only move vertically, horizontally. Meaning that's not that OP, but it is. I'm talking like I'm speaking, but it doesn't matter. It goes horizontally, vertically, and 1 by 1 square in all direction of the spot it take, the enemy pieces on, the enemy pieces next to it will also be taken. I swear to god, I'm going to have a stroke explaining this thing. I'm pretty sure I'm not even halfway. Yep, I'm not even halfway. Why did I even make this in the first place? It took me 2 months, but it's gonna take me like even longer to even fix this entire game. The legal move of this thing, I haven't seen if there's any exploit in the game. What legal move it could do that gonna change the title of the game. So now the next one is the Paratrooper. In real life, Paratrooper are those soldiers that drop off from helicopter or plane. They're basically like the infantry, but they're from the sky. They parachute down to the sky. Now, the paratrooper. Oh, this is a long one. It could move 4 blocks away from the original spot, which is mean it can move 4 blocks in every single direction, including the square within a 9x9 radius. So let me show you. This is the paratrooper, a paratrooper. I actually have a design for each of this thing, but I do not have enough time to draw on every one of them. That's about 100 pieces. 28 unique pieces and 22 new one I made. So it's going to take on an entire year to do this. Like here. Let me just like read and understand what I wrote, because it's been so long I've read this thing. Alright, I cannot read any of them, but I do understand. So it can only move a 4x4 in every direction, vertically, horizontally, diagonally. But it also can move within this range. Wait, no. Like, I started here, I'm not losing my mind. Like, I'm gonna mark this thing here. It can move from there. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 square in all directions. Meaning that it can go vertically. No, that's not vertically. This is vertically, diagonally, horizontally. But it also can go here, 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 here. The square within it. Within that range. Like, I don't know how you call this thing. Is it a 9x9 or what by what? I don't know, but it's just like the paratrooper can take area up to this much, I assume. Yes, up to this much. It's a large area, but I think for its first move it was nerfed. Oh, okay. For the first move, it can parachute basically any open square in the entire board. And on the second move, it can only parachute to the square within this rank above. Wait, no. The square rank, the 7th rank of the enemy. I think it was black I mentioned. I'm dying. Oh yeah, the 7 to the 1st rank. Meaning that for the enemy, meaning that if you're white, then the black 7 to the 1st rank is basically counting from 16 back to 9. Meaning it can only parachute from this to that part. Any open square you can take other pieces, but that's called suicide mission. Because in the early game, most pieces tend to be more protected. Let's continue. Frigate. Wait, why did I put the thing off? I was supposed to put it on the board. I have too many pieces. Let me calm down myself. So these are frigate. Frigate in real life is just a ship. But I think just because I don't actually know a lot. So a frigate it has a legal move of a queen. But it has a legal move of a queen and a knight combined. But the catch is that the illegal move as a knight is stayed the same, but illegal move as a queen has a exception. The illegal move as a queen is basically you cannot take other pieces. Like, yeah, Like, imagine there's a bishop hanging in the same file. You cannot take this thing. It's a legal move, but it's an illegal move, but it cannot take the bishop. Meaning that the only way the frigate can take the bishop is when the bishop is within the knight like range. Then it could take. There is more different ability, but I'm about to die. Okay, never mind. The next piece. Oh, I don't know what this is. Chancellor, Chronomancer. I didn't write the coordinate of each of this piece, but I assume. Yeah, I call that C Chancellor. So where's the oh here? So the Chancellor is over here. The Chancellor legal move, and what it can do is it's a bishop and a knight. It can go diagonally and an L. There. That's the Chancellor. I'm not talking too much. I'm losing breath by the second. And now we come to Phoenix. For you guys that don't know, Phoenix is just those fiery birds that spew up fire. I don't know. I don't watch Harry Potter. I haven't seen a Harry Potter book in a long time. I just pull it out of thin air. So basically, where's the Phoenix? What the hell? Where's the Phoenix? I wrote the Phoenix. Oh, there you go. It's basically a bishop, but it can resurrect itself once every game. Like after it dies, it can choose the time to resurrect. But once it resurrects, the turn that it takes to resurrect is no longer your turn. That sounds confusing, but it's not my fault. Well, I mean, it's kind of my fault I wrote it, but trying to make it more unique. So the next piece, Sergeant, I assume. Why do I? Let me just check. Either Sergeant or the other one. Oh, I did overlap S. Oh my. Okay, never mind. I didn't. It's not a sergeant, it's a sniper. I think I found out sniper before sergeant. It's a sniper. So the sniper, I think it was similar to artillery. This is a long video. Where is it? Oh, there you go. A sniper is basically a queen. Is basically a queen combined with a king. But when I say the sniper combined with a queen, there are one thing that is stripped out of the ability that's similar to a queen. You cannot go to the square. You take the pieces, the enemy pieces out, similar to artillery. But an legal move is only like a king, like this, like this, like this, like this, like you already know. Now that's a sniper. We got, what else we got next? A general. He's a general. A general is a king. There. No, I mean it's a queen. It can also add another turn to itself. Meaning that I could move the general, like, let's say I move it over there. Wait, no, that's So basically, a general, if it moves there, it can also allow other pieces to move. But the only exception is that it is not allowed to take any of the enemy pieces, meaning that it's illegal. It can move the pieces, meaning that I could take the general to take another bishop, and I could also make the sniper maybe aim for the queen, for example. You cannot take the pieces if your turn is made from the is a lot from the general. Now the next one we have is hacker. Fun fact, hacker is actually the first pieces I make that is not from the original. It's basically my original piece. It's long. I'll just read it. I'm not. When this piece is in the range of other pieces, for example, a queen, it could turn the queen into pieces, and unless the piece is protected. If other pieces attack the hacker while the hacker is controlling other pieces, as the hacker will lose control over it itself and stay inactive when controlling a piece. The opponent could take the could do a ability called hackback and get their pieces back. If the hacker being protected, the opponent still could take it. Could take the hacker or choose hackback. I'm pretty sure people would choose hackback, but since it's protected, you're less likely. So a hacker is similar to the one I mentioned. What did I mention though? Did I? Oh, absolutely. The Prime Minister. Instead, the Prime Minister turned the pieces once in the game forever, but the hacker can turn it multiple times in a game, but momentarily. Going to the next piece, we got, oh crap. Now we're going to the more complicated one. Quantum Knight. It can teleport with teleport with any pieces, with any friendly pieces, and except the queen. Except the king. It also have the legal move for the knight. The reason why it can teleport and replace other pieces with itself, a friendly piece with itself, except the king to avoid. This is to avoid endless game. Now the next one. Where did I put that? Where was it? Oh, the QK. QK sounds like the UK. It's there. I accidentally skipped. The next one is, I assume, which is okay, lieutenant. I'll rush this thing through. A lieutenant is a rook and a knight. A sergeant is what happened? It's a bishop. A sergeant is a bishop. It's a bishop, and also a similar to a rook, but it can only go 2 square and vertically horizontally. Yeah, it's only vertically and horizontally in 2 square. Chronomancer, it can reverse. Chronomancer, it can reverse. It acts like a take back, but you can only do it once a game, and its legal move is a king. It's basically its legal move is a king. Well, I mean, you technically don't know by just using the random word. Hexer. I've never known what the hell Hexer is, but I assume it's like one of those things from the movie. I tried to look it up, and it is. The Hexer is here. Now the Hexer can The hexa can move a 2 by 2. It can move 2 square in every direction. But I mean, it's not every direction, but vertically and horizontally. And can also move like a knight. That's it. Celestial Archer, a CA. I've already made a notation, chess algebraic notation for it. The CA, Celestial Archer, 2 square in any direction, but it also can kill without. Oh, it can move 2 square in every direction, but it can also kill any pieces, like a queen. Just like, it's basically an artillery, but I think it's like more legal move. I don't remember. A Messiah, a Messiah is basically an artillery. No, is it an artillery? Oh, it's a bomber. It's similar to a bomber, but it can only start killing pieces without moving itself in the first in every 5 turns, avoiding getting exploited. It cannot be used, and it also cannot be used in the first 15 move and within the range of pieces diagonally or horizontally, and it also can use within the range of a piece diagonally and horizontally vertically. A runner, we're nearly finishing up. Runner is there. I think it's a blocker. No, it's a runner. Yeah, it's a runner. A runner is a queen. It can move like a queen, but it could only take the pieces at its third. Like, it can only take pieces every 3 turns. Like, on move 3, like on move 1, it cannot take anything. On move 2, cannot take anything. But on move 3, it can take something. Move 4 it cannot, move 5 it cannot, but move 6 it can. And then we have the blocker. The blocker, it basically can move a 5 by 5 in every direction, and a legal move block the opponent from moving through a piece. Meaning that if I have a, let's say, bishop, and the blocker was there, the bishop cannot go through this thing, or it can only go here. Well, I mean, it practically can go other side, but talking to this diagonal, it can only go there, but it cannot go here or beyond that. That's the blocker. Oh, I forgot to put the Messiah. Oh, that's the Chronomancer. Oh, I'm missing Chronomancer. No, that's no worry. I'm gonna make it again. I think that's the Messiah there. Now that's completed board. I hope you enjoy. It's a long video. This all a thing. It's hard to play. Okay, now mind the Chronomancer is here, but it's hard to play this game because you have to have the rule book. If you're not Einstein, then you need the rule book. That's obvious. That's it for the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next video. Goodbye.